me to press a button? I hope it's there.
We're good. Well, I think I set up for you. I took care of it.
Okay,
we're
so,
good to go. We're
so
starting.
do I need to press the button or is it on?
No, I can edit it later.
But is it, so it's on?
Yeah. So you just get the beginning. Take this beginning.
So I don't have to do anything except point?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, we're going to be comfortable. That's my rule number one, teaching yoga. If you're not comfortable, you can't hear, understand what I'm offering you. And so since it's a therapy class, it's very important that you feel supported, right? Because I want you to feel better. But that's why you're here. Because you probably, some of us already feel well, but the cool thing about what I'm going to be teaching you, I'm Chad Satlow, I'm from Chicago area, and we're going to be working on some yoga therapy today, the nature of healing. So this whole workshop weekend's been about nature. And so I mentioned yesterday, and if you're some of you, when someone else was in the hospital and they're sick, and then it's like, well, how are they going to do? How are they doing? Well, it can go either way, right? We've done all we can do. What makes that person get well? Grace, right? Shakti, their desire. It could be their desire. They have some desire they want to live. But sometimes there's just that factor beyond us. I'm going to call it grace. That's that nature that people get well. I'm just call it grace. It's that something else. Can't put our fingers on it, still not sure what it is in the medical grouping. Had my grandpa so many times. He just passed away at 98 and a half. You go to the hospital and lungs are filled, something's going on. He'd get out of there. He'd go back again. He would come out of there. He went back again. He was out of there. If he hadn't fallen and broken his hip after surgery, he'd have gotten out there again. So we're going to work on that grace, opening to something greater as a tool for healing, number one. The second part is going to be these universal principles of alignment. They're very specific to the type of yoga I'm teaching you. And there's only 5, and they work in a very certain way. So there's a certain way that energy moves in our bodies. And my teacher, John Friend, has been able to really specifically be able to tell you and help me to teach you how to understand how that's working. And by doing certain things, make you have instantaneous healing. So we're going to do our best. We only have 2 hours today. I can teach this for 5 days. Okay? And I'll have people, and then I'll maybe spend 30 to 90 hours of pre-training with you to get you to even understand all the concepts I'm going to teach. But I'm going to do my best, and it's still going to go fabulous. Okay? So we're going to. Is there any questions before we get started? Okay. So we're going to work with these principles. We're going to open to grace, and we're going to do certain things to get our bodies in the most optimal blueprint. So everybody's body has an optimal blueprint. How do you know if you're in the optimal blueprint? Well, I'm going to help you with that. 9 times out of 10, when you're not feeling fabulous, you're not in the optimal blueprint. And what's amazing is there's nowhere to really go to know. It's not like the car wash. I'm going to go get checked for my optimal blueprint. I'm going to go get a check and I'll be back. And then you feel fabulous. You can go to yoga class, but there's many types of yoga classes. And to be honest, not all of them are going to be putting you in the optimal blueprint. So, and everything I teach you today is just an offering. So, you can say, I don't like that. We're going to do a chant. You'd be like, I don't like chanting. I don't want to do that. I'll be like, that is totally okay with me. Everything's an offering. But we chant to set the intention and to acknowledge yoga as a spiritual practice. That's what's so great about you. You are so blessed to have this space. When I first started teaching, I was in this free space at a place with lots of golf and things like that. And, the room was always super cold. And they didn't want me to do anything in there. It was very constricted. And so I'm like, I need to get a space. And my first space was half the size of the space. But I had my own space. And I could chant ohms. And I could do stuff that I felt was appropriate for getting people healthy and wellness. And so you guys are really blessed that, when I walked up, Kathy was sweeping out there. She's taking care of the temple. This is a temple. You don't wear shoes in here. This is where healing takes place. So we do the chant to invoke blessings. and to get us all on the same page. When we do something together as a group of people, we come together, the intention becomes 10 times stronger. When you try to do stuff at home sometimes, it's just not the same, right? But when we come together, it gets more powerful. So let me tell you what the chant is before we do it. Because you might be like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm not doing that. And then if you have any questions throughout the next hour and a half or so we get to spend together, ask the question. Other people will have the same question probably. And I'll probably have an answer for you. If I don't, I'll get it. But normally I'll know. Because there are certain ways things are working, especially in therapy, that things work in a certain way. And so I'll answer your question. Or we'll talk about it after class. So the chant goes like this. We're going to do 3 ohms. Ohm is the vibration of the universe. And so it's bigger sound. When they put the space, they got one of those dishes they shoot at space. It's got the buzz of an ohm. They put it out there. And so there's 4 parts to an ohm. The ah, the o, and the followed by the silence at the end. So most people just think it's, right, your friends are like, you do yoga, you guys do those ohms? Like, om. You're going to be like, duh, I go to yoga class. I go to 101. We do ohms. But there's 4 parts. And it represents the 4 seasons. So now we're in the ah of the om. We just came out of the silence. Remember that part? Thank goodness that's over for the time being. I'm not going to be missing that. And so it's the 4 seasons, like the 4 seasons of our lives. Right? So, of course, the silence at the end, we know that part, right? So we need to be as efficacious with our time right now so that we can be as vibrant as possible for the short amount of time we have here on the planet. So I want you to be healthy and vibrant. So we'll do the 3 ohms together, and then we're going to do Om Namah Shivaya. That means I offer myself to the light that's in me and all around me. Sat Chitananda Mortaye. And Ananda is bliss. So it's like, I want to be more blissed out. Like when you leave, I want to say like, that was fabulous. I don't want to be like, that was okay. It was fine. Your friend's like, how was it? It was okay. I want to be like, that was fabulous. I feel so blissed out. And then it's Nishprapachaya Shantaye, and that is that energy that's always present and filled with peace. So when you go outside, you see the wildflowers, you see the birds, you see the plants sprouting. That's the energy coming out. That in the wintertime, it looked totally dead out there, right? You look out your window, the trees, nothing going on there. If you weren't from this area, you'd think the whole area was dead. The whole forest was dead.